We continue our series of 3-round mock drafts with the team with the number 2 pick in the draft, the Cleveland Browns. You need a quarterback, but you're committed to a quarterback who can't play, and your coach is kind of in limbo. There's a lot of things going on with Cleveland. Do you take the best player, or do you try to win the most games in 2025? I'm Jeremy Green of NFLDraft.net, and this is a 3-round mock draft for the Cleveland Browns.
I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy.
And I'm unapologetic.
Cleveland comes on the board at number 2. Abdul Carter, the only player that's off the board. So they have their choice of quarterbacks. But I don't think that's where they go. Cleveland is more than a quarterback away. This feels like a team that's getting ready to go through a big scrub of the roster. Myles Garrett's already asked for a trade. I think they will find a way to satiate that because that is a good way to get your capital back from the mistake that's been Deshaun Watson. If you put Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders behind this line with these weapons, you are almost doomed for failure. That's why at number 2, I have them taking the best player on the board, and that is Colorado cornerback Travis Hunter. I do think he will play both ways in the NFL. The way I believe this will go is he will be a true honest-to-God number 1 corner, and he will play 15 to 20 snaps as a wide receiver. I said before the draft, Travis Hunter would be my number 1 corner in this class. He would be my number 2 wide receiver in this class. 90.3 coverage grade last year, 83.0 man coverage grade, 86.9 in zone. The kid can really do anything. Allowed a 30.9 quarterback rating last year at Colorado, and that was in a pass-happy Big 12 with a defense that was not very good. Teams just avoided him. He is absolutely a star in the making, and I don't think Cleveland can bypass him. I get it if you want a quarterback. I just don't really know how that's going to work. You have all this money still owed to Deshaun Watson. I think you're better off going with a veteran patch solution for a year. Could be Jameis Winston, could be a slew of guys. I just don't feel like Cam Ward is the best direction for this franchise, especially when you have Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski that feel like they've got one foot in the grave and one foot on a banana peel. Second pick in the draft, number 2 to the Cleveland Browns, Travis Hunter of Colorado. They pick again at number 33, and in this exercise, I do not have them making the trade for Myles Garrett. I don't do trades this early on, but subconsciously, I have them actually making the deal. So at 33, you need a replacement. Nick Scourton, edge rusher from Texas A&M. I'm going to be as honest about this kid as I can be. He played about 20 pounds too heavy at Texas A&M. I want him back at 260 where he was at Purdue when he was absolutely wrecking guys. Even at 280, 285, which is roughly where he played at Texas A&M, still a 17.4% pass rush win rate. The problem is that Texas A&M tends to bulk their guys up, and it doesn't necessarily lead to the production. Look how many guys have left there and gotten better. Walter Nolan, much better at Ole Miss than he was at Texas A&M. I think Scourton chose incorrectly when he found a school when he transferred from Purdue. Kid's really good against the run as well. I think he's a true 3-down edge. The only reason that he falls this far is because we have so many edge rushers in this class, and his tape last year was not as good. This is where he should go based off last year's tape. But I think this would be a great value and an ultimate replacement. You replace one Aggie with another. Nick Scourton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. Now Cleveland with 2 picks in the 3rd round. The first one's their pick. The second one, a pick they got from the Buffalo Bills in the Amari Cooper deal. Number 67 overall, Dylan Sampson, running back out of Tennessee. I don't know if Nick Chubb will be back. I don't really care because I can't really trust him coming off a second serious injury in 2 years. Even if I bring him back, he's going to be not an ancillary piece, but whatever I get out of him is found money. I'm not counting on him to be my bell cow running back, but I think Dylan Sampson can be. Kid was phenomenal. Leading rusher all time at Tennessee, 90.9 rushing grade last year at Tennessee, 107.5 elusive rating. One of the most elusive running backs after contact, 929 yards after contact last year in the SEC. That was 14th best in America, 70 forced missed tackles. This kid's really good. I think he's one running back that can be a true, not bell cow, because I think you would need somebody to complement him in the passing game. 5'11", 200 pounds, great between the tackles runner. I think he will be the head of the snake, first, second down back for a team in the NFL, and he fits very much what Cleveland has already set up to do because he does kind of remind me of Nick Chubb in between the tackles. I think he's a little bit faster. Really interested to see how he tests at the combine, but I think he'd be a great pick here at number 67 for the Cleveland Browns. With that pick from the Buffalo Bills in the Amari Cooper deal, I am going to add a quarterback. And I know not everybody's going to love this. It's Will Howard from Ohio State. I hate this quarterback class. I don't think there are any real franchise guys. Cam Ward can be if he gets to the right situation. Will Howard might be the most prepared to play right now. When I was at the Senior Bowl 2 weeks ago, there were a lot of talks about teams around the NFL viewing Will Howard as a potential stopgap quarterback for a couple years. Not necessarily, is he going to be special? No, but he'll be almost 24 years old by the time the season starts next year. Very experienced kid. He's ready to play right away. He's probably already reached his ceiling, but he could come in, take snaps, keep the offense afloat, and who knows, maybe actually hit on something. Maybe what he did at Ohio State with Chip Kelly can translate to Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland, win some games, and maybe you're steering in the right direction. You got to get lucky at quarterback because there aren't many in free agency, and there are virtually none in this draft. So you're going to have to take a swing. Cleveland, close to Ohio State, should have a lot of area scouts that have really good tape on Will Howard, and I think this would be a nice fit for him. Take a dart throw at 94 with Will Howard, quarterback out of Ohio State. Do you love these picks? Do you hate these picks? Do you think I'm just a big mulleted jackass? Feel the urge. Put those in the comments. Any player you would like to hear me talk about with the Cleveland Browns, you can also put those in the comments. I answer all of those. Join our Patreon if you want to ask for specific video content, players that you want to deep dive on, teams that you want to deep dive on, situations you want to deep dive on. NFLdraft.net is the Patreon. It's only $3 a month. Just a nice way to support us in all the things that we do with the NFL Draft. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. We will be live 2 weeks from now at the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we will be live for all 3 days from Radio Row of the 2025 NFL Draft from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I am at ESPN Draft Nerd Jeremy Green. This has been the 3-round mock draft for the Cleveland Browns. And I will see you in the next one when we go 3 rounds again after the Combine, team by team, the week after the NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Jeremy Green, and I'll see you next time.
I'm unapologetic. Cancel, yeah, you can try. You can't cancel what's been tonight. I ain't been had a shit, no silver spoon inheritance. Tired of trying to be what other people want me to be. Now you get what you see. Now